Standing right at the entryway to the Rhett-Aiken House, right in the gateway, and we're looking in the small road I'm standing on, which is just about grown over, would be the entryway that the slaves would drive the carriages in under the Magnolia Avenue and up into the carriage house on the right. The buildings you see right and left are a combination of slave quarters and kitchen. That would be on the left-hand side. Kitchen facilities on the bottom. House servants would have stayed above the kitchen. On the right, you see the carriage and animal facilities, and the outside servants would stay there. There was a hierarchy of sorts, and you can see that the house servants had it better in terms of smells. They could smell kitchen activities. The outside servants did not have it so well. Their smells were animal smells. Straight ahead and under heavy construction or reconstruction is the house itself, which is detached from both these buildings. The kitchen is separate for fear of fire. The other building is also separate, but probably more just to be in balance with the rest of it. This building actually appears to be undergoing heavy renovation. It is heavy construction, but it's simply shoring it up. The inside of this building has not been modernized except for small touches in the 20th century to bring in electricity. Otherwise, since before the Civil War, this building is as it was. The plaster's falling down, and yet the paintings and whatnot are all original. The furniture is original. One of the most pristine historic places I've seen. Here's the house from outside in about 1890 approximately. That may be one of the carriages we saw. This is the front entryway to the Rhett-Aiken home in Charleston, South Carolina. This is a view of the double parlor, again unretouched. You see the mistress of the house, Harriet Aiken Lowndes, in the distance there. That's a full-size portrait. The parlor, way back in the day when it was in use. Other half of the double parlor. The piazza at the Rhett-Aiken House. The piazza was a very important part of Southern living. Note the swing board in the foreground. The ladies would sit and chat. A lot of socializing took place on the piazza. Yeah, go ahead. Dining room, unretouched for the most part. British dramatists, commerce law, contemporary American criticism, War of the Rebellion. The art gallery. Inside the master bedroom. Harriet's dressing room, fireplace, a metal bathtub right in the front there. The ballroom. Also in the ballroom. Chandelier would have hung from there. Warming kitchen. Final preparation of the food. Presentation was completed here and taken up the back stairs. Another shot of the servant stairway looking from the warming kitchen. The slaves would have left this room, gone up that stairway to the dining room and ballroom areas. This stairway served every floor of the house. The actual kitchen. See under the stove where separate fires could be kept burning for the various burners. Once again, I'll mention that the kitchen was kept as a separate building, not far from the main building, but separate to avoid the spread of fire. Slave quarters above the kitchen area where the house servants would have stayed. They would have had the smells of cooking and various foods wafting up. To the left, you won't see, but I'll tell you, there's several doors that go into rooms, individual slave quarters. To the right, of course, are windows looking out on the courtyard. The slave in this particular room would have had a view of the courtyard. Here's another one of the slaves' quarters. You could say something about their esteem in the eyes of the master and probably the other servants by what's in their room. Here we have a fireplace, numerous windows. By contrast, the room right next door is this. Also with some original yellow coloring on the walls. I want to point out, as this wall has deteriorated, the lath and plaster construction. You see brick, then some sort of nailer and the lath boards, which would hold the plaster once it was smeared on. This is throughout most of the house. And directly across from the kitchen and the kitchen servants' quarters at the stable. Stable servants' quarters above the carriage house, and a hayloft above where the horses were kept. Stable. You can see the boxes where the cattle were, where the horses were fed. Slits for ventilation in the wall, and the Gothic look to the whole thing. Back stairway to the hayloft.